live streams there. All right. So we got a new video here from Lackluster, y'all. One of my favorite YouTube channels for police body cam videos. Check them out. Subscribe at Lackluster on YouTube. This one is cop attacks innocent family in a $3 million lawsuit. Well, you don't say. Is this going to be another case of an officer not knowing the law and trying to just exude power over people and take advantage of them? I'm willing to bet that's going to be the case. Let's jump into this video and stick around to the end because we will grade them on how they did, both the officer and the family that they interacted with, A through F.
Calling about you?
Not calling about me. Open your ears, let him out.
Hey, listen.
I gotta listen to you, man.
So I tased him right in the back.
You got the handcuffs too tight.
Who cares? Get in the car. I'll shoot your dog.
Welcome back to the Lackluster channel.
Oh boy.
In April of 2018, Chattanooga police officer Cody Thomas
Chattanooga
responded to a 911 call concerning a man named Polo threatening people with a firearm, described as wearing green and black. But upon arrival, Officer Thomas saw Mr. Nate Carter checking his mail, dressed in purple and black, and approached him.
Polo. Now, what's your name? What's going on?
I don't know. They called you. I ain't called you. I'm calling.
Who are we calling about?
Calling about me, buddy.
Calling about you?
Not calling about me. Open your ears, let him out.
Hey, how about you watch your mouth for your ass gets on the back of my car?
Already, it's
ego. Already, you see how the cop's response to that was ego? Don't talk to me like this. I'll put you in the back of my car with no justification. Already see where this is going, y'all.
clear that Officer Thomas is unfit for the job. The 911 caller is now behind him, several doors down, but Officer Thomas remains focused on Nate, even after both parties tell the officer that Nate is not the suspect. Officer Thomas is now the only party on scene to have used profanities, ironically, while telling Nate to watch his mouth.
Hey, how about you watch your mouth for your ass gets on the back of my car?
Now you gonna put me in the car, but I'm in front of my house about private property not bothering you. You go here talking about who am I, Polo? And I told you no.
Hey, listen.
I gotta listen to you, man.
No, get your ass over here. You're now part of this. Come here. Come here right now. Come here.
You can't look for what?
The United States Postal Service visits almost 165 million locations across the United States every day but Sundays, Christmas, and Thanksgiving. This means that the USPS stops over 50 billion times per year. However, since its creation in 1775, there are no documented incidents of postal workers intentionally killing dogs on their route. However, on the opposite end of the spectrum, the DOJ estimates that police officers kill as many as 10,000 dogs each year. And now, to fill those stats, Officer Thomas continues to escalate the situation by threatening to shoot Nate's dog.
I'll shoot your dog.
Shoot my dog, boy. You can't kill my yard.
Get over here now.
No, get out my yard.
Get over here right now. Taser deployed. Start me at 20.
Bro, this was so bad on so many levels, bro. He just violated my man's rights in every which way possible. Every which way possible, bro. That's crazy. No, zero justification. And it's scary that even with body cams, and these cops know they got body cams on, that they will still violate people with no justification whatsoever.
Clear the air. Start me some cars. Go back in the house.
As backup arrives, Nate exits his home.
Get your ass out here. Show me your f***ing hands. Get your ass out here. Show me your f***ing hands.
Why does he keep touching the body camera?
Get your ass over here now, or I'm gonna shoot your f***ing nose. Get your ass over here now. Put your ass up. Put your ass up. Get your ass over here now. Get over here now. With your
The little quacks. Bro got no control of the situation, none whatsoever. He's just falling apart, bro. Falling apart right now. This is a major fail.
Suspect just went back in the house.
And now you got and the problem is now you have the other officers coming, responding, thinking that the dude is a major threat when all along this idiot cop had no justification for any of this.
Hold on, I'm moving my car in front of the house.
With Nate's home surrounded, he surrenders, assuming that the presence of the other officers would keep his assailant from further attacking him.
Nope.
Hey!
No, like I said, they're coming to the scene thinking that there's legitimately something going on here. He's a legit suspect because of the first officer calling it in and, you know, the way he's carrying on about this.
We're still working on getting them inside, outside.
Bro's on a power trip. This cop is on a power trip, 100%.
Hey, sweetie, come here. Come here, it's okay.
Why are the kids coming out?
Hey, y'all, come here. Everything's okay.
No, it's not.
You, right there. Hey, you come over there. You go over there. Come here. Come here now. Get away from the dog.
Without warning or lawful reason to do so, Officer Thomas brings Nate to the ground, and despite complying, 2 other officers drive their knees into his legs and neck. Officer Thomas then forced his thumb into the neck at Nate's carotid artery while grinding his face into the cement. And instead of ending the abuse, other officers applied handcuffs as tight as they possibly could, while Nate's children watched in horror. Officer Thomas would further show his lack of humanity as Nate pleaded with the other officers to loosen the cuffs.
That handcuffs too tight.
Who cares? Get in the car.
Man, for real.
For real.
I've alleged before that many officers fantasize about what it would be like to tase or even shoot someone just to know what it feels like.
I've talked about this before, bro. There are cops out there. This guy's 100% one of them that want to be a cop because they want to do the cops and robbers experience. They want to get out here like it's GTA, bro, and ride around, chase people down in high-speed pursuits, deploy their weapon, use all of this stuff to take them down, get them in custom in jail, and feel like they accomplished some greater thing. This is actually fucking sickening, bro. Actually sickening that you have these kinds of cops out here, bro.
Causing some to use excessive force in situations like this. It would be impossible to know if that's how Officer Thomas felt prior to this incident, but his following celebration certainly lends credence to the theory.
Oh, I popped my cherry. Taser.
Nearly 10 minutes after his arrival, Officer Thomas finally meets with the 911 caller and attempts to have the man affirm that he attacked the right suspect.
Is this about him, correct?
No. It was another guy, but he ran through. He had the Glock.
Yeah, you're
He was standing
fucked
by
now.
the telephone pole, and he was talking about shooting him.
Look at this guy. He's like 19 years old as a cop. Look at him. How do you have these guys so young? He can't be older than 22 at best, bro. You know what I'm saying? Jesus. If you came here from the comedy, you came late. You should have been here earlier, brother. Welcome.
And her was in there playing cards, and he was talking about, he was talking about shooting up in her.
Because when I walked up, you said, yes, that's him.
Nah.
Yes, you did, because I walked up and I said, who?
No, this guy's lying. Bro, this guy's lying. Yo, this cop is lying. Bro, he's a piece of shit. Right out of the academy? Oh, he's right out of the academy.
About, and he said, yeah, that's why I'm here. And so when I started confronting him about going in the house, that's when all this erupted.
He's trying to put words into his mouth to justify what he just did.
I misunderstood what you said.
Because when I walked up here, I said, is this him? He was like, no, you're talking about open your ears, blah, blah, blah. And I said, is this why I'm here? And you said, yes, that's why you're here.
Yeah, because when you started going toward him to the steps, I was hollering, that's not him.
Later, to justify his unlawful actions, Officer Thomas authored a false report, claiming that on scene, the 911 caller identified Nate as the suspect.
Started going toward him to the steps, I was hollering, that's not him.
The report would also
We heard that. We heard that on the audio too.
leave out the fact that Nate was wearing purple, though the description was for someone wearing green and black. He would also embellish the events to his supervisor.
So what else needs to be done now besides just the initial report and taking him to Erlanger?
Yeah, you gotta take him to earlier. Once he gets cleared there, then he's clear to go to jail. And then you just gotta do the use of force for the taser and the takedown.
Because I pulled up here, and he was standing out in the middle of the road, and
He wasn't in the middle of the road.
Well, I'm guessing this guy could be it.
What was the? I didn't even hear what the.
I'm guessing. First, he says he was in the middle of the road when in fact he wasn't. He was standing. We go back here. That's not middle of the road, bro. This is why words matter, details matter. This is not middle of the road. He was in front of his mailbox, maybe not his property, perhaps, but like he's right in front. All right, and then he said, what else did he say?
So when I pulled up, he walked out of the house, and this guy was telling me to, like, I said, "Hey, are you Polo?" And he's like, "I don't know what you're talking about. Leave me alone." Like, he's calling you shoe. He's like going like this, like shoe. And I was like, "Well, I'm trying to figure out why I'm here." And he's like, "He called you, not me. Now go deal with him." And I was like, I said something to him. I asked him, like, "What is your name?" He made some comment. I said, "What?" And he said, "How about you open up your ears and shut your mouth?" And I was like, "How about," I said, "Excuse me." And then so I asked him for his ID, and he was like,
Yo, this guy's a fucking lie. He did not say excuse me. Yo. Let's run it back. Right here.
Calling about me. Open your ears, shut your mouth.
"Hey, how about you watch your mouth for your ass gets on the back of my car?"
Lying ass cops, bro. Lying ass cops. This is how, this is why body cams have to be on every officer across the country's minimum standards. Imagine if we didn't have this tape, bro. This guy's police report that he wrote up, his version of this, would have had this man all the way messed up for the rest of his life, bro. All the way messed up.
And I was like, I said something to him. I asked him, like, "What is your name?" He made some comment. I said, "What?" And he said, "How about you open up your ears and shut your mouth?" And I was like, "How about," I said, "Excuse me." And then
I said, "Excuse me, sir." Like, what a lying bastard, bro. He trying to make it sound like he was being all nice and sweet about the situation. God, bro, I don't know if your blood's not boiling. My blood is boiling right now, y'all. I'm triggered at the audacity of this cop.
so I asked him for his ID, and he was like, "Man, what you talking about? Leave me alone." Well, in my mind, that's the guy who has the gun, and he had his body turned like this the whole time, but wouldn't move at all. He wouldn't move. And I was like, I said something to him. I said, "How would you come over here to give me your ID?" And he's like, "No, I'm going back in my mouth, or going back in my house." And I said, "Come here right now." And he said, "For what?" I said, "Give me your ID." I said, "I'm trying to figure out what's going on." But the whole time he's going like this, and then he kind of stepped towards me and started walking back in the house. So I'm thinking he's going to go do something with the gun. So I tased him right in the back. And then that's when he rode it for a solid 3 seconds, and then tripped up the stairs, and that's when he slammed the door, and that's when the barbs, I guess the second barb came out, but one stuck in him. And then he came back in the house, and so I pulled my car to where I can get behind it, so I didn't know if he was gonna come back out and try to shoot. And then he came back out, but he was like still hiding behind the door. So I was like, he has a gun.
This cop also looks young. He might have just been on, just finished probationary time and was out on the street by himself finally. Those are the most dangerous ones, bro. I mean, they all can be, but like those ones that just get out the academy and they just fresh off probation and they're out in the field by themselves and they're riding high on all that fucking ego.
And something bad's about to go down. That's when he kept going in and out, in and out. Y'all walked up and his girls walked out.
Nate was charged with disorderly conduct and resisting arrest, but those charges were quickly dropped, and after an internal affairs investigation, Officer Thomas was suspended for a mere 2 weeks. No criminal...
2 weeks for blatantly lying, for not only for lying, for not even doing his job properly, bro. You got the 911 call that described the person and you completely stopped someone else that did not fit the description. But because old buddy gave him an attitude, which was in his right. He was in his right. He's like, "Oh, I don't got to tell you nothing. Like, I don't got to cooperate. Like, leave me alone. I have nothing to do with this." But because he talked to him crazy and this guy's ego went through the door, then he took all this action, bro. It's crazy that this dude only got 2 weeks of suspension time.
Charges were filed against him for the aggravated assault, battery, threats, or false arrest. But shortly after, Nate filed a lawsuit seeking $3 million. The parties settled for an unknown amount just 6 months after the filing. Record time for a case like this.
They knew that this was bad and they wanted to settle it because dude would have won. I wish, man, you know, I can't fault him and his family for just settling, getting the bread and keeping it moving. If they were going for $3 million, they probably, I don't know, maybe they got $500,000. You know what I mean? I really don't know what number they got. Again, I can't fault someone for taking a settlement to get it done and over with, to move along, get their bread, and just keep it going and all that stuff. But it's some part of me thinks like, fuck, man, I wish you would have just stuck through it. You would have won this at a jury trial 100%. Any jury would have looked at this like, oh yeah, just give them the bread. And they probably would have added extra punitive damages and all this other stuff. You probably could have cleared the bank with this. So I don't know if it was just the lawyer just was like, yeah, you know what, this is good enough. Let's just settle it or whatever. But man, I would have been in this bitch like, I'm riding this to trial. Like, fuck all of y'all. I don't want no settlement. Y'all better cough up this bread because this is crazy.
That same year, Officer Thomas was named in another unrelated lawsuit seeking $1.3 million, alleging the officer's involvement in a botched raid. That case was eventually dismissed, but the first incident on its own should have been enough to determine that Cody Thomas was unfit to serve. No other details have been made public, and it appears that he may still be employed with the department. Had you committed the same acts as Mr. Thomas, it's possible you would still be in jail. As always, let me know what you think in the comments down below. And
man, let me say it like this. You know what we need? God damn it. I need someone that does like web development. We need to, I've always said this, that there needs to be a federal registry that has on file public record of all the cops that have received valid complaints for misconduct, and that it's on file, on record. Those that got charged for any kind of criminal activities while in the line of work, you know what I'm saying? The ones that really are foul. And it needs to be just a database like anybody can go look up. It shows their picture, get their cop mugshot, so that people can see this. This guy would absolutely be on that, man. I would create this thing and call it copsexposed.com and just have all of them on there. All public record, no doxing or anything like that, but just all the public information that's available for these cops that mess up, and tracks them. Because you know what they do, right? They get in trouble and they'll quit before they get fired, because it's always better to have that on your resume when you go to apply. And then they go to like a town over, maybe they relocate to another city, and then they apply and get on the force at another department in another county, city, or state. And it's crazy, because to me, these are one of those jobs where if you screw up once, you shouldn't be able to just go to another city and become a cop over there, because clearly you're all the way messed up. You know what I'm saying? This is a wild one, man. Whoever this officer is, they should have this guy on blast, bro. I feel bad for anybody that lives in Chattanooga, Tennessee that runs into this guy. You know what I mean? It is wasted tax money. It doesn't change until qualified immunity is removed, and until these officers are named in the thing. It's not like you're suing the city. You can actually name them in the complaint, and then they have to come out of the pocket for costs. You know what I'm saying? Because once they're on the hook for some stuff, whether it's financially or obviously, you know, if it's criminal enough, if it's egregious enough, they can go to prison for it. There needs to be just more accountability for them, so that they think twice about how they're carrying themselves, bro. But again, here you are. He's got a body cam. We saw everything together, bro, and he lied throughout all of it. From the jump, the old man was like, no, it's not him. This cop, because he didn't like how this guy was talking to him, he escalated this, bro. You know what I mean? A young cop, probably out of the academy, you know, full of piss and vinegar, wanting to get out here and just get into some stuff. You know what I mean? Oh, I popped my cherry. What do you mean? Use my taser. Who says that, bro? You know what I mean? All the way in abuse, all the way.